Jacob, listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Chef.
It's a mistake. It'll create a toxic, higher shit show.
Dude, nothing is more upsetting than someone who wants to sabotage someone else. What's up, everybody? Chef Billy Parisi here, coming off of season 1, episode 2, drama with the health inspector. You're starting to see some of the pieces come together a little bit, though. You're seeing a little bit of that team. Can't wait to kick off season 1, episode 3. Here we go.
Instead of trying to fix everything, just remove myself from any situation that is or could become toxic.
What's wrong with you, Jacobs? We're down 6 sausage, pepper, 5 Greeks, and a ravioli. Let's go. You out of your mind? I'm a maniac. Cousin, don't tell me to chill.
All right, really quick. No one really talks like that in front of customers. Like, you just don't do that. I mean, it's better that they just don't even know what's going on in the kitchen other than food is being cranked out. You don't curse. You don't do anything like that. That really, honestly, never happens. I've never seen that before. If you get yelled at, you actually go in the walk-in and get screamed at like you've never been screamed at before. But no one can hear it other than you and the chef or you and the other person. Just speaking from experience, the restaurant industry is definitely loaded with a lot of alcohol, a lot of drugs. That just seems to be a common theme, no matter the restaurant I worked at, from fine dining, even down to fast casual. It's definitely a thing. Having a beer after work, no big deal. Going out every single night and get hammered, that happens also, and quite frequently. That's just one of those things with the restaurant industry that just seems to definitely ring true no matter where you're at.
And then you take your consommé and you make your gelée.
36.
Which, at this place, the chef wanted the gelée to be like the consistency of Haribo gummy bears, which we could never do.
So like thick and like chewy?
Yeah, thick, but also squishy. Not too squishy. No one could.
Yeah, he's describing this dish here, talking about it took 12 people to prep this dish and overnight. So, full disclosure, I've never worked in a restaurant quite like that. Most of my experience is in fine dining, but you got to remember this is kind of the 90s up to the early 2000s. Restaurants have come to a completely new level. How could you even make money at a restaurant if you got 12 dudes prepping one dish? And what are you charging, like $400 for one dish? Of course not. To me, that just means, you know, they have a lot of interns that they aren't paying or whatever. But it's pretty rare to hear something like that. But the dish looks cool.
What did you have in mind? Sorry.
Old school brigade. You run it.
Respectfully, no. It's a mistake.
It'll help.
It'll create a toxic, hierarchical show.
What is it now?
So much of the restaurant industry, especially when you're working on the line, that's what they call it during dinner service or lunch service or whatever. Like, hey, go get on the line. Like, you're cooking. You've got different section stations, salad, saute, grill, goes many different places, many different stations. It's figuring out the chemistry on who works well with each other and also having someone in charge and making sure they work well with each other. And you can also figure that out when you do a stage. And that's a big reason for it. Doing those stages, not just to see if you can cook, but to see if you have chemistry with the people that are already there. I'm pretty tall, and I remember one of the chefs was like, I want to make sure your head doesn't hit the hood system. And when I was wearing 2-inch clogs, I was 6'5". And I was right there. It was close, but I didn't hit it. I got the job too, which was great. But a lot of restaurant industry is just figuring out the chemistry because you don't want to yell. You just want things to run smoothly. And there's nothing better than finishing up a shift and thinking oh my gosh, if it can be like this every night, dream come true.
And that's why we are going to start operating like a French kitchen. That means there's going to be a chain of command. Okay? This was developed by Escoffier, and I think...
Oh, Escoffier? Love that dude. What's up? I don't know what's going on.
Escoffier is considered the founder of modern day cookery, and from France, and everything kind of goes back to him, at least as far as techniques and running a kitchen. Like you said, we need a chain of command, the chef de cuisine, the sous chef, lead line cooks, all those things all the way down. So he's just trying to establish after the restaurant, again, to make sure the chemistry is good and that it runs like a well-oiled machine.
Tina, you are
No
the...
English.
Great, I know you speak English. I've heard you speak, you spoke English 5 seconds ago. That's fine, you're the garde manger. Ibra.
Meat prep.
Yes, which means you are now the chef de partie.
Chef de partie.
Yes.
I accept.
So garde manger, just in case you're asking or wondering, is someone who kind of runs the cold station. Usually in a fine dining setting, it would be more of like those appetizers, the amuses, those little palate cleansers, teasers, anything that's cold. Think that. He said the other one was chef de partie, which is really the guy who preps everything. Like amazing knife skills, knife cuts. It can also apply to even prepping cuts of meat as well. So whether that's slicing or portioning out, all those things. So garde manger cold, chef de partie prep. Just think of those two things.
Yeah, exactly.
I like this brigade.
Okay, I will be saucier, which means I'll do like gravies, stocks, that sort of thing. Richie was doing whatever the Richie does. Every day, we'll start with a pre-shift meeting. Then we'll do a front of house walkthrough. Then there'll be an end of day review. We just talk about things, see what we can do better, more efficiently.
Once you can get past the egos of who's in charge or who's been here longer than someone else and blah, 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 I'm telling you, this is the best way to run a kitchen, especially for efficiency. It just works. Like there's nothing else to say. Every kitchen should follow this. I'm not kidding. It would just, everything would be 10 times better. I have to say, like, before a shift, prep can just be so mundane. And even when you're 5 carrots in, just peeling those, sometimes it feels like you've already peeled 100 pounds. If you're not into ASMR, you would cringe hearing all the chopping and the slicing and the peeling. But it drags on, and it can drag on. And sometimes it does drag on still. I know, I'm not perfect.
Okay, so I'm gonna do checks in a second, so just, you know.
Okay, 2 really quick things. When you need to decompress, you do. You just go in the walk-in and you just either scream because no one can really hear it outside of the walk-in, or you just take a huge deep breath because sometimes you just need a reset. One other quick thing she said, just restaurant lingo, she said corner. Remember, I think in episode 1 I said behind. That's what you say when you're behind someone. Corner means you're coming around a corner, because it definitely has happened where 2 people meet at a corner and they're both holding food and explosion. So everyone always says corner.
I'm not gonna stop till I reach the very top. It's a decision I've made.
Dude, nothing is more upsetting than someone who wants to sabotage someone else. Oh, I'm off just watching that. Like, why? And this does, I'm telling you what, this does happen. And it actually happened in culinary school, believe it or not. Too many egos. She's mad that Sydney's the sous chef. Oh, I'm mad. Gosh dang it. She's trying to scorch her sauce or soup or whatever she's cooking. Dang it. Yo!
Oh, sorry.
Stock's boiled.
Yes.
It's too cloudy.
Yes,
the
it's
heat was
too
too high.
high.
You didn't
I
steam
know,
it
I
properly.
put
Also,
it
you cannot
lower
add
earlier.
veg before it's
They always say when cooking stock, you shouldn't boil it. Now I figured out what she's making because it can make it cloudy. That's the big issue. In fine dining, yes, maybe you're wanting that beautiful kind of, not clear, but just robust beef stock. When you're dipping sandwiches into it, who cares if it's cloudy? That's just my own personal opinion, but I know he's trying to establish a set of rules here, even if it's at a sandwich joint. But to me, not that big of a deal for the setting they're in. Yo, she has a Mac knife. This is one of the biggest questions I get on all my channels, or what type of knife should I use, or what kind of knife do you use? I tell everyone Mac, M-A-C. Learned it from a great chef, Chef Daniel Pliska, and I have never looked back. Even though that's not the one that I use in all my videos, they are legit using the same tools that are in, super fine dining restaurants and really good stuff.
Not good. So.
You betrayed me.
Fine.
Fine?
Did I piss you off?
No, if you are happy with this, then I am.
Yeah, so I would say the things that she's feeling is probably one of the reasons I dipped out of the restaurant industry. It's so hard and can be very frustrating. One, just trying to manage personalities. And everyone has their own personality, and it can be a beautiful thing when it works together, but it's just the lack of like attention to detail, lack of caring, people just not being nice to each other. It just wears on you. Like it can just really, really wear on you.
You didn't take my onions, did you?
No. No.
You are angry right now. We got you.
Oh my gosh, it is so a part of the restaurant industry to play games on each other, and especially if you work closer to another restaurant. Oh man, we knew the chef of this place across the street. We would just play games back and forth. I'll never forget this one time this lady came across the street, brand new, and she brought a 5-gallon bucket with her. And she asked our chef, Chef Joe, he's like, our chef needs steam. Do you have steam? And it's like, dude. So we messed with her. We took her in the back. We wrapped the bucket in plastic and foil and gave it back to her. She went back across the street. It's just a part of it. Like, you just got to have fun because it's so crazy and hectic and people are just not nice sometimes. Like, you got to learn to have fun in the restaurant industry or you'll never make it.
So you stick to your okay? I'll stick to mine.
Yes, chef.
She's going to drop it. Oh, here it comes. Get a ladder, dude. No, I can't watch. Oh. Dude, you definitely, and me personally, have been sliced up in the restaurant industry, and that's just, obviously you're going to get cut and burnt and all those things because you're working with heat and knives and sharp things. So that's a part of it. And you just, most of the time, if you don't need stitches or even if you only need 1 or 2, you just push through it. You either wrap it in plastic wrap, put on a glove, whatever. Sometimes you push it into ground pepper that'll help sort of coagulate. You learn all the tricks. Super glue, have definitely done that before, but Sydney's sliced up and she's feeling it. And I just, oh man, this episode, I can't tell you how much I resonate with, especially when it comes to like the personalities and stuff. Brutal.
And I don't want to be wasting my time working on another line or tweezing herbs on a dish that I don't care about or running brunch, God forbid.
Brunch.
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 I won't say that word, but yes, nobody wants to work brunch. I worked at a country club and we had brunches, and it was like when you were scheduled for those, great. I get to make 8,000 omelets today to someone's personal desires, or the waffle station, God forbid, or slicing ham or prime rib for 6 straight hours. It's not good. So much drama. I resonated with this one big time. And if you haven't had a chance, definitely check out my season 1, episode 2 live reaction to The Bear. See you soon.